time management. If you don't have boundaries in this, you're going to only upset yourself.
True. And now that we've gone over relationships, kids, friendships, finances, it's time to go, okay, let's make a time plan. Now, don't let that freak you out if you're a person who doesn't like to have it all scheduled out, because Annalisa likes to do hers like in between. I like to say, I've always been like this. I like to get up early. I like to try to get 3 or 4 hours in before my world here starts. That's when, for me, my brain works best. And then I schedule my time and my boundaries when it comes to that, because then I know that my day doesn't get away from me. Whereas there's people even too, like evening people. Like,
exactly. Yeah, we all have different times of creativity and when we can fit it in, but knowing your time management is going to really set you up in a whole nother way that you're not going to feel, again, defeated. I think, don't forget, life happens and we have to shift and move and pivot around our kids, our families, our, if we have other jobs on the side. But if you're just going to go into it blindly, you're going to leave so frustrated. Mm-hmm. And we talked about those, time management where it's little blocks, but you're really laying out, a lot in those times.
Mm-hmm.
How does it look for you? Does that mean you need to block off time and go to a coffee shop and tune out the noise? Is that
I want to talk about that a little bit.
Comfortable in your own space? I am.
See, and so this weekend my kids had dance competition, so I was in Winnipeg and we stayed a different night because there was a storm, blah, blah, blah. But my point is, I went to the Delta lobby and I worked. I loved the different scenery. I loved getting out. I loved the whole thing about it. To me, that was, I have to do that more often. I have to go to different spaces and work, even at my gym.
I hate that.
And she hates that. And that's okay. That's the point. There's no right or wrong. Know you, right? Stop comparing yourself to everybody around you. For me, my time was better spent there. I got more done there. I needed a change of scenery, right? And that's very normal for us. I need more change in my life. Annalisa needs more stability and things the same. But know who you are when you're developing this plan and be willing to reassess and change it up if it's not working. That's also key.
And have a realistic view of yourself. If you think you're going to have success like this, but you look back and you go, I made no time for my business today. How do those correlate? Are you actually putting in the time that you need to see the success and the goals that you want, right?
Okay. I think we've talked about that a little bit more. That's big. Because you see people saying, I've done this. We're only bringing in $6,000. Annalisa's like, how much time do you spend on it? Like, none. An hour a week. She's like, well, then that's a pretty good payoff.
Exactly.
Like, you need to know what to put in.
So if you're going to, let's say, put in 10 hours a week or 4 hours a week, you have to also have a realistic expectation of what that's going to do for your business. If you're only, having yourself finding, okay, I said I was going to block these times, but this week I haven't. Well, then you've got to look at your return and go, okay, that probably makes sense why I'm not doing so well this week. Time management and having those boundaries, because we can be workaholics or we need to learn how to take breaks, right? Maybe I am taking too many this week. Let's think, what are we doing? And really assessing this time management and having clear, real conversations with ourselves.
And it's going to make you happier. Again, I just want to say that for myself because I've really been learning that, like I mentioned earlier, because I am a workaholic. I have issues and we all have our own, some of mine, but learning and with my boyfriend, learning that not to work when I'm there, it's such a weird, crazy idea for me. I hardly know how to do it. It was hard, but I'm happier and more at peace. So boundaries and balance and knowing where everything lies will ultimately make you happier and feel more successful and take away that feeling of failure because you know where you're going. You can assess it. Every week you're like, oh my goodness, Katis, I need to up this. I did great.
And let's face it, if you're not happy doing it, you're going to stop. And that's the whole point of this course, finding that passion and making that happen.